opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Denver Broncos. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Yeah. Let's go.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
From the 25 on second down, Roethlisberger. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but a guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle, because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
On second down, Gordon once more. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Mayfield looks to throw.
Come here.
Sliding out of the pocket.
Out of bounds.
He gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, It always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents
Come
on
here.
the ground.
Come here.
Comes and down goes Baker
Oh, man.
Mayfield. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. A CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
19 yards there on the catch and run. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Walker. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. They go play action with Roethlisberger. They'll roll him out right. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time.
Come on.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. Your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Mayfield. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Broncos. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
We have seen this before. Coaches preach about this.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
We're scoreless after one. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League.
Hold.
They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
They go play action. Mayfield.
Come here, man.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Geno Atkins got home that time. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Working out of the gun. Mayfield drops it off for Chubb. Uses the stiff arm. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Give me that.
Top, and this one is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense
Let's
honest.
go,
When a
man.
guy with
Defense.
that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they are right at the 500 mark on the year and got there with a victory a week ago.
I think right now I put myself in the shoes of the head coach and say, all right, time to reset a little bit. And I don't give my team a win one for the Gipper speech, but I do say, look, we haven't played our best football yet, but we are at 500 and we're still in it. Let's try and string a few of these victories together, and we're capable of doing so.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Play action. Now Roethlisberger. And that's complete. Albert Okuegbuna. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger.
Throw it away.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Ooh, cut up.
And they'll
Good
get
shit.
him down as he's inside the 40. That good for 19 and a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is,
rush coming, and he's taken down. But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good... chunky yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
and if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward And how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
The Broncos on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. To throw is RG3. And pressure getting to RG3. He's brought down for the sack. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. There's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away.
Ooh. Come on, hit him, man.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
You boys already tired. That's crazy.
The Browns drive about to get started. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And some room to work.
God damn.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run it here with Gordon. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Here's Griffin. That's complete. Okuegbunam. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Broncos on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Griffin. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. 5 yards remain on second down.
Hey, one alert!
Mayfield to throw it. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with them down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Griffin's throw here into the hands of the receiver, Judy. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Second and 10. From the shotgun, Griffin. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Following the interception, Mayfield. Going deep here for Landry. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Here's second and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A run for Nick Chubb. And he's got some space here. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set. Up shop at the 23-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started, and they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Still 9 remaining on second down. To throw, Mayfield. Now Mayfield lost the football, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Fortunately for him, that ball stayed close so that he could recover it on his own.
And you know the prayers that were going through his head as the ball escaped from him? How happy was he at the end of it when he found the football again, able to retain possession?
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. 45 to Mike. 45 to Mike.
Mayfield on play action. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So good work there on the defensive side for the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, and until their offense can get into rhythm, their defensive players and staff have got to say to themselves, we've got to make it work. We've got to stand in here and make sure nothing else happens until our guys start moving the ball.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Hamler now on the return. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
A big pickup of 38. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Here's Gordon. Shedding the tackle. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Gordon. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. McManus's point after is good. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And some room to roam now. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. Room here to run. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack, but I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a player.
And there, a big TFL, tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. Has bred this big defensive tackle.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Oh, that was never on target. It's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
It looked good when it left his foot, but he kind of sliced it a little bit, and he winds up missing it wide right.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
141 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 11. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Melvin Gordon, a 15-yard touchdown run, and the Broncos have taken the lead. McManus's point after is good, and the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Mayfield off the play fake. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Hey, let's get there. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike.
Mayfield. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Browns on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Check. Check 99. Check 99. Switch.
Throwing. Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
And a very elusive run as he'll wind up getting about 9 on that one. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but This offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it. Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Melvin Gordon, 38 yards. And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. Mayfield on target to Landry for a Browns first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Big series right here. We got to step it up.
A first down throw for Mayfield. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a second down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got to have the first one for the second one to even matter.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Yeah, and that throw, my goodness, and even 70 yards through the air. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. KJ Hamler returning it. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here, or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7, past the 30 to the 32.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Roethlisberger. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. And And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Able to push his way through. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They go play action now. Roethlisberger. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. The Browns on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Mayfield. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now he's able to break through 1 tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. Every yard they gain, getting them better and better field position, and obviously a field goal makes this a 2-score contest. That's really all they need.
And that means for your play caller, he's not looking to the attack portion of his sheet, right? He's looking for, okay, what do we have that's going to keep us in a good spot, no lost yardage plays.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. On 3rd down, it's short and everything well executed. He not only gets the 1st down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations. But there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Mayfield. Pass complete to Chubb. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Here's Baker. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
Mayfield drops it off for Chubb. Able to fight through one tackle. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Check number 6. Check number 6. Hey, tight down.
Mayfield to throw. He's going to air one out. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
What's screen? Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. All day, all day.
Now Mayfield. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
They go play action. Mayfield. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And now off to the races down the right side.
How you like me now?
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. A big offensive explosion.